Okay, so Abraham, a good friend of mine. Appreciate you tremendously for being on Get Creative tonight.
I'm happy that you invited me. I'm happy that we could do these deals together.
Bro, I just want to hang out with you all the time. I learned today that your wife, the way you and her met is you were buying Beanie Babies at a store that she worked at.
Yeah, it's called Social Expressions. It's like a Hallmark store. Back in 1997, I had a list of like 100 stores, every single store in Atlanta that sold Beanie Babies. And they're all mom and pop stores. They were like flower stores, gift stores. Ty would not sell Beanie Babies to any big chains. So there was no big chains that had them. So they were worth a lot more than retail. So they charged them $250 from Ty, and then they sold them for $5 to $6 each retail. At the time in 1997, 1998, the cheapest Beanie Babies were like $8 to $10. She worked at one of the stores I called, and what I did was I said, look, a lot of times I talk to the owner, but this was like a big chain, so there's no owner. So I said, look, save every single Beanie Baby that comes in, and I'm gonna pay you over retail. So just save them for me. Don't put them out. You'll make an extra few $100 every single week, every time they came in.
As like a side hustle.
As a side hustle. And besides the fact that I paid her $1 or $2 over cost for every single one, I didn't even know that until today, but she got a fucking discount.
You didn't know this until today?
Today I found out.
You've been together for 26 years.
Yeah.
Today's the first time you found out.
26 years.
She was wholesaling Beanie Babies to you, bro.
Yeah, which was fine. There were certain ones that were really expensive, and there were certain ones
I would marry you too if I was making that kind of money.
Yeah, I know. It took a while to convince.
This is back in the day where you actually wore shoes, right?
Yeah, I actually wore shoes. I wore shoes.
So you were putting them on eBay for $12, $15, sometimes $20, $30.
So depending on what it was, some were only worth 10. The worst ones worth 8 or 10, but the really good ones were worth 20, 25, 15.
Okay, so you throw them on eBay, and then people would pay for their own shipping and handling. So you were netting sometimes $5 to $10 on each one.
And I was buying hundreds from her every couple of weeks, and then of course thousands and thousands from everybody else. It was very, very hard to get Beanie Babies in 1997 and 1998. They were scarce.
How old were you at this point?
21, yeah.
Now we got to know. What was his first line to pick up his wife? How did you get out of the beanie zone?
I mean, just one day I was like, you want to go to dinner? I was thinking, she'll give me a better deal, or like, when I found out, this is what happened. I was trying to build rapport, right? I knew if I built good rapport, then I would get a better deal, right?
Yes.
Woo! But, yeah. So there's other social expressions that were getting Beanie Babies the same days that she was getting them. And all of a sudden, like another one I was buying from got them. And I was like, all right, save those for me and let me come pick them up. And she's like, oh, we didn't get them. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then it happened a couple times. So I went in there. I was like, what's going on? You need more money for them? Are you not getting them? What's happening? And I happened to see one day somebody walking out with a box of Beanie Babies. She said, oh, they're paying me more. So, yeah. So I lost some. And then I told her, I was like, I don't care what someone pays. Just tell me what they're going to pay you, and I guarantee you I'll pay you more. And let's go to dinner. And, but yeah, I don't think we went the first time or two because she didn't like trust me totally. But then eventually, yeah, once we went to dinner, I got everything. Yeah.
Now you guys that was a good deal.
Yeah, it was a great deal.
Yeah, so how long did the Beanie Baby craze go on?
It went on like really, really hot for like through 2000, but then probably another 4 years. So probably a good 7 years.
You told me at dinner tonight that you made your first $10 million with Beanie Babies.
Yeah, my first $10 million I made was in Beanie Babies. I made my first $1 million actually in sports cards, and then my first $10 million in Beanie Babies.
Amazing.
I was selling like tractor trailers of Beanie Babies like in the early 2000s.
Tractor trailers.
So Ty would not sell Beanie Babies to anyone but these really, really small.
So I never caught on to you that you were freaking buying truckloads of
I got
stuff?
cease and desist letters, but I didn't do anything wrong. I just bought them. The people that had accounts signed something saying that they were going to put everything out for retail. They weren't going to wholesale any or just put them out the back door. But I didn't sign anything. So I bought it from them, and eventually, they caught on. Like, how are all these drugstores and grocery stores and then Walmarts and getting all these Beanie Babies when they didn't have accounts? And then they saw, there were people there was me and a few other people that were just selling them like crazy amounts, and they were pissed because the whole purpose of it was they wanted it to be the mom and pop, and that's what made it really scarce and very valuable.
How important was it for you to kind of figure this out on your own? Because I can't imagine there was YouTube, people were educating you on this. You kind of figured out, oh my gosh, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
Or did somebody show this opportunity to you?
Fast. So I made my first $1 million in baseball cards. I collected baseball cards and football cards my whole life. And then I started selling them when I was 15. By the time I was 19, I saved like $1 million in my account. I had $1 million in my account by the time I was 19.
At 19 years old.
Just from baseball cards.
Give it up for that 19-year-old.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then all of a sudden, in 1997, I mean, keep in mind, I've only done sports cards so far. In 1997, all of a sudden, at these baseball card shows, these women started setting up selling Beanie Babies, these stuffed animals. I didn't even know what they were. And this is like early, mid-1997. I was like, what in the world are these weirdos doing selling Beanie Babies at a baseball card show? And I would just make fun of them for like every week, for like 3, 4, 5 weeks. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot of people buying shit from them. And I'm like, oh my God, like they have more people at their booths than at mine. So then I started like going, like, what is this shit? How do you get it? What? And then I basically just got enough information of how to buy it. And I saw what they were selling it for. I was like, these only cost $5 and you're getting $15 for them. And yeah, from there, it's like basically I got into Beanie Babies and I was doing baseball cards a little bit. And then I was like, holy shit, there's way more money in Beanie Babies. And I was done with baseball cards. And then, you know, from there, just went a bunch of different businesses from there.
Love it.
That's
Love
how
it.
the transition happened. The most expensive Beanie Babies that I know about back when I was in it there were some that were like 10 to 20,000, but they were like one of one, or, you know, there's only one of them or two. So I know they're worth less now than they were then. So there's no way there's anything worth 50,000. But Beanie Babies that were worth like $5, $10 then are worth not even $1 right now. So it's not even a collectible really anymore.
Bro, that's so dope. You made
Yeah.
$10 million
Yeah,
selling Beanie Babies.
Crazy, yeah.